Okay, back once again with another behemoth of a video. This one clocks in at 20 minutes even after I hacked out all the trap creation stuff. So we're at Chapter 16, Betrayal. Aptly titled because it's the theme of the entire fucking game so far. In fact, the entire bloody series. And, well, somebody here has apparently been trying to kill Miguel. I cannot say I disagree with them on this point. The only thing I disagree is that, frankly, I think they'll be too quick about it. So Christina's head is on the chopping block at this point, because she made the mistake of assuming the Queen was something vaguely resembling a reasonable person. Yeah, not the greatest of ideas. And yes, for those of you paying attention, she was the boss of the kidnapping gang at the very start of the game. I kind of share Christina's surprise there, because Bianca really isn't the message-giving type. Although, yes, she is kind of the killing type. Well, not even kind of, she just kills for the fun of it. And I feel sorry for Cupido. Not very sorry. But he did die fighting Miguel, and I've got to give a man props for that. But not too much, because frankly I want to kill Miguel myself. And Bianca is being her usual selfish little bitch. The trap creation I took out as one because it's not particularly interesting. It's mostly upgrading the traps I already have. And as usual, you'll see a lot of me partially redeciding my designs on the fly. Because frankly, well, I couldn't be fucked thinking of it all right the first time. And yeah, for those of you who can't tell from the sound of my voice, I have a serious head cold at the moment. And it does vaguely sound like my sinuses are... feel like my sinuses are on fire. So, I'm going to set somebody else on fire just to alleviate the problems there. So we dropped a flare rock on Amon, who frankly hasn't come. And here's the disadvantage with the higher level traps. They take longer to reset. So if the enemy has a resistance to them and gets loose before the duration is up, you end up kind of screwed because you now have to wait for the duration to end before they'll reset, which is a problem because they're loose and they're trying to kill you and 1/3 of your arsenal's going nowhere. So what I'm going to try and do here, if I can make it work, is vacuum floor them in and drop a giant fucking church bell on their head. Because there's absolutely nothing wrong with dropping a giant church bell on somebody's head, except for the fact that it didn't actually kill the people I wanted it to. And Amon showing some tremendous wisdom there. If he'd known that he was going to lose, he probably should have decided to join Bianca. Again, I have no idea what the fuck I was doing with this trap set here. Actually, I think I do know what I was doing. Sort of. Yes, I was being a smartass and setting up an extra, step in the combo so I can get more points. So I'm going to bear trap the little son of a bitch if he doesn't knife me to death first. Come on, step on the bear trap, you dumb fuck. There we go. Drop the flare rock down. And thunderwall it down on top of the dumb shit. The fully upgraded flare wall, but I think I haven't fully upgraded the flare rock yet. The level 3 and 4 flare rocks actually explode if you let them. Kind of troublesome in close where they will fuck you up. Then we see Daedalus there with a shit ton of HP. And Vanessa, who doesn't have any special ability whatsoever, so that basically means she's cannon fodder. Well, bear trap fodder, I guess, given my predilection for those traps. So Daedalus with a Giga Arm, which is just really kind of fucked up looking. And I probably should get out of this room right now because it's not the safest of areas. It only has one room trap. I've used it already, so I kind of need to haul ass into this very likely looking room right here. This is the aptly named Machine Room. It has a giant swinging pendulum of death, grinding clock gears of death, and an oil barrel of flaming death. So, on the whole, I'm kind of sold on this room. The swing cutter is rather hard to connect with, though, but, you have the giant flaming oil barrel and the machine gear which grinds people up. It's hard to sort of disagree with these things. So going for a fairly basic combo here, I'm going to try and get him into the machine gear, simply because that's probably the most effective way of dealing with this stuff. It's a basic combo, but it's highly effective, and it looks almost like a traffic light. It's cool. My only regret on this one is that I'm not going to get to use the oil barrel as much as I'd like, because I've got a tremendous soft spot for them ever since they saved my ass against a couple of people earlier on. Vanessa's pathfinding is actually usually pretty good. She's very hard to convince to walk into the traps. And that's what I mean by the machine grinder. You sort of hear it crunching away right there. Oh yes, you did just die for Christina, so I'm guessing you are quite happy about this fact, though she probably isn't. And now I kind of need to relocate myself because I'm going to have more enemies on my ass very shortly. And I've got to figure out which one I actually want to fight first. I'd rather take out Elysion on the grounds that he actually only has one health bar, and therefore a good combo should finish him. And Daedalus is going to take some time and some effort. Quite a bit of time and effort, I think, actually. Unfortunately, this room is really lacking in anything useful, so I'm going to have to haul ass somewhere else and hope I don't get murdered on the way through. Because if I run into him halfway through, like in a hallway where I can't actually set anything up properly, like now, I'm going to be in a world of trouble if I don't think of something very fast. Which thankfully I did, but anyway. Fairly standard combo setup here. I'm going to try and bear trap them and drop a pair of props on their head, which is, probably the best way of dealing with this stuff. Because I'm actually back to using the Thunder Wall now, which can knock these props over. Fuck you very much. I vote for letting me use the Fire one. That was the most retarded mistake I made in the game, I think. Aside from volunteering to LP this massive fucking thing. So there he is, he's bear trapped. There's one prop. There's the other prop with the aid of the Thor hammer. Which I think rested on him for a couple of seconds there before the game recognised it and landed him. And I don't think he really did misread the situation. It's exactly as it always was. I'm going to kill motherfucking everyone. Now, there's a lot of enemies in this level. Daedalus is the tank. He's not really a boss the way we saw in some earlier ones. And yeah, if Siva is kind of representative of the loyalty this gang has, I'm not fucking surprised. And you can see him with his giant fuck-off sword right there. And we're going into this room. You see me sort of exploring a lot of rooms I don't normally use in Castle Hades because it's motherfucking Castle Hades. This room is a bitch. There's only a couple of room devices. One of them is an electrified spider web on the wall. One of them is the furnace in the center. However, it's a multi-level room, so it is very, very hard to get things set up the way you want and where you want. Simply because the different levels completely interfere with setting up your trap combos. It's just fucking ugly. As you can see how much the level just dips repeatedly, and that limits. You can see the entire corner of the room is actually not, really going to allow. Dodge his giant, retarded dragon punch. I think that was meant to be. And there he is, right into the flaming combo spider web thing, which is not anywhere near enough damage because I've probably got about 30 seconds before Daedalus comes in here with his giant fuck-off spear and tries to wear my ass as a helmet. So it's time to run like hell, find a room where I can actually set up some traps. Fortunately, Siva is not a very smart opponent. He will walk right out that door, and this room has a lot of traps, and because the door is only one square wide, I know exactly where he's going to come out of, and I know exactly when he's going to do it. So, bear trap it is. However, I'm not actually going to use that one. If I was being a little less creative about it, I would have just set it right in front of the door and ensure that he completely got screwed over and launched before he could actually do anything. I'm being a little less friendly this time. Or a little more friendly, I should say. A little more viewer-friendly as well, because I know how much you guys love this complete and utter fucking sadism. It's disreputable, it really is. So now we got to kill some time while I wait for Siva to show his fucking face. And here he comes. Big lumbering brute that he is. He's got a fair amount of health, obviously, so it takes a reasonable amount of damage to bring him down. But he's still a big dumb lug at the end of the day. And run like hell because he's got good reach on that sword, even if it's a giant throbbing phallic representation of his insecurities. And there's the Thor hammer. There's the grinding gears right into the wall, which is not actually enough to kill him, I don't think. No, it wasn't. So he's still alive, and I'm about to have Daedalus on my balls. Got to get rid of him very, very fast, so I've got a problem here. Okay, I got 99 problems, and anyway, ignoring that horrible setup for a joke. I need another trap combo, and I need one now, because Daedalus is going to wreck my fucking shit if I don't face him one-on-one. He's not actually that tough, he's just, rather difficult to bring down because of his HP. If you can get a good combo going, you can do a lot to him. Unlike the boss you saw in previous... I guess it was at an earlier level, he's not actually completely invulnerable when he's damaged. Thankfully, because that last boss was fucking bullshit. So, my position here is that... I forgot about this. Badly damaged enemies in this game limp. Which means Siva's going to take his sweet-ass time getting to me. And by the time the death animation finishes playing, Daedalus is probably going to be there to... use his skewer as another giant phallic symbol. But I'm going to bear trap him. There's the thunder wall. And there's the giant spiky grate of death. Siva's one dead motherfucker. Sooner rather than later in his case. But I digress. So he's dead. Daedalus and now Christina, who's... yeah. This is going to be a problem because whichever one of them gets to me first, and I think it's going to be Daedalus, is going to be a problem because I do not have a lot of time with which to sort of get rid of them before the other one rocks up and makes my life hell. So, yeah, it's kind of problematic. Mind you, this game sort of specialises in fucking problematic, so, neither here nor there. I still have the oil Vasi crypt for some god unknown reason. It's a piece of shit. A lot of the traps in this game are very specific. They're either quite powerful in their context or useless. Just fucking useless, like a lot of them, or so limited to, this corner cases, I guess I should say, that they are very fucking weak for the most part. There's just nothing you can really use with them. Unfortunately, I think I fucked this up and I'm likely to see the wrong one sort of show up first. I did record this quite some time ago. I just haven't had time to do the audio. There's Christina, bear trapped. There's the Thor's hammer. Resetting some traps now, because while I've got her juggled and stunned, I really would like to have sort of everything set up so that I don't have to start from scratch and killing her. And if I can actually remember how to get it where I want it, this will go a lot better. And yeah, I'm not entirely certain what I was thinking with this trap combo. I don't even know how it works until now. You can see me sort of adjusting things on the fly. Now I'm going to have to figure out just how I'm going to bear trap Christina, which is going to be difficult because she's normally smarter than that, and she normally doesn't. I also got problems with the Thor hammer recharging. Daedalus is running in to wreck my shit. There's the Thunderball, putting Christina right into the grate, hopefully. And yeah, she's down. Nice mid-air combo. Yeah, I'm not surprised your head hurts. A 3-foot iron railing just went through it. The fact that you're still around to say that it hurts is rather unusual. Alright, so this is Daedalus. He's the last enemy we've got left, and I'd much rather find somewhere more slanted in my direction before I have to fight the guy. 300 HP goes a long way in this game. A long, long way. And this is a fun little room. It has a killer wall, which is a giant fucking set of fan blades that carves people up. Has a running buzzsaw. Yes, that's 2 lots of the floor spikes. And a launch which lets you take a shortcut or send somebody up into the air. It's fucking brilliant. It really is. And of course, since the doorway in is only a single, square, you have a tremendous amount of leeway to screw with your opponents and do whatever you like to them, basically. Because, yeah, Daedalus has to come in through that one, area. I can do whatever the fuck I feel like to him because he has to walk right through my traps. And you can sort of, I think the more observant of you will have sort of worked out what I'm playing at here. When Daedalus actually walks through the goddamn door. Eventually. He's not a very fast mover, thankfully, because he is rather a heavy hitter and tough in combat. Fortunately, I don't intend to ever let him actually hit me. Hit on me, maybe, but not hit me. And, okay, he's got to make an appearance sooner or fucking later. Sometimes the game's pathfinding AI bugs up a little bit, and it causes them to go back and forth looking for a better way. Obviously, the best way would be to not try and fucking kill me, but the game doesn't allow them to do that. So, Daedalus is going to walk right through that door, and in theory, he's going to get bear-trapped. The Thunderwall is going to launch him into the spinning spike blade, and if I've placed this right, the flare rock should be exactly where he's going to land from the trap. So let's see how this works. And in fact, no, I haven't placed it right. I need to move it because the running saw launches people outwards. So there's the bear trap, which will not hold him for very long. Come on, where's the saw? Where's the saw? There's the saw. Out he goes, right into it, and down. Boom goes the flare rock. I love that rock. It's fucking awesome. Of course, he's only half dead, and now I've just sort of blown my wad, as it were. I've got to find a better way of dealing with him fast before he, metaphorically speaking, wrecks my shit. So we have lava, we have the floor pikes, we have whatever else I feel like using. Well, yeah, I feel like putting him in the lava, to be honest. I think that could really go places. That idea. So we're going to need the bear trap, we're going to need the Thor's hammer because it has a very large blasting effect on it. And we're going to need some way of getting him into position, which is going to probably be something other than this, because this is not a good idea right now. I think that's the right one, I'm not sure. But anyway, he's only about half dead, and he's about to walk right over where I was. Except he's going to walk right into the fucking floor spikes. Dumb motherfucker. There's the ice freeze. There's big old Thor hammer coming down. There's the blast, which is actually enough to be fatal. He didn't need the lava. And Daedalus appears to be floating on lava. I'd be worried about that if he wasn't busy bleeding out, because seriously, anyone who can lay down on fucking lava, not burn and not sink, is a fucking tank. And now Bianca is eavesdropping on some shit. Remy, for those of you who aren't paying attention, is actually the Queen's daughter, the little kid from earlier. So Cecilia's slightly smarter than the rest of them, I think, knows that something's wrong. And yes, the princess is just a child. Which I think goes to show how desperate the Queen must be, because really, trusting kids to do your top secret dirty work is just a recipe for some fucked up shit to go down. And yeah, Cecilia being, the Queen's sort of second in command, if I was being cut out of the loop on that one, I'd be pretty pissed. Fatally pissed, though I think Cecilia is smart enough to realise that the Queen acts like the fucking Queen of Hearts. Questioning her decisions is a good way to get your head cut off. Probably not a good idea to do that without some way of surviving. And no one in this game has yet shown an ability to glue their head back on, so I doubt that's going to happen. Mission 17 coming up right the fuck next.